All right, guys, today on the channel, we are joined by a very special guest. We are joined by Eros because we have some very important business to talk about. Today, we are talking about what the heck is going on with Rogue and their eventual possible replacement in the LEC. Obviously, Sheep Esports has most recently reported that it seemed like a deal was in kind of advanced discussions as far as Natis Vincere actually coming into the LEC and eventually, hopefully, replacing Rogue. And it sounds like this could be done even sooner rather than later. This is actually Wooloo tweeted this out a couple days ago. He said it's looking more and more likely like NAVI is going to be taking over Rogue's spot by summer. So that is very, very crazy. And, there's just so many things we can talk about from here because going from Rogue to Natis Vincere is such a big difference between the two organizations. And I hope, and I'm sure a lot of LEC fans hope, that we're going to see a kind of a big difference there. So this should really be exciting for the league overall. So I guess I wanted to start by, can you just tell us a little bit about Natis Vincere as an organization? Obviously, they're in some other games, what they're all about, and why LEC fans should be so excited about getting or potentially getting an organization like this into the league.
Well, I would say for me, first of all, like the move got me quite surprised, I will say, because we've been like teasing up that Rogue was really advanced talks with Nigma to potentially join the league on 2020, even on 2025, 2026. The deal didn't happen on 2025 because Riot pulled off the move, and they were telling like they couldn't make it. So I thought they were going to do all this stuff Riot asked them to do for 2025, and on 2026 we would be having Nigma Rogue, or however the fuck it was going to be called. And one day I woke up with a message that Navi is going to take the spot. Like they were having already like advanced discussions with Rogue. So the first thought that people should have about this move is like it's a really, really big upgrade, because also like Navi's mentality when they join a new game is always trying to win, which I think it's something that Rogue has been missing the last year. Not gonna lie, I think like their projects are really, I wouldn't say lazy, but they can't pick like good players. Most of the squads they pulled off, like I feel they don't have much sense. Some of the players prefer to be playing on ERL teams than playing on Rogue, on LEC. So it's a really big mess, And when you are so fucked up, also after leaving the KOI merge and everything, Infinite Reality, which is like the big company that holds Rogue, was thinking of selling the spot as soon as possible. So Navi just took the opportunity, and I think it's going to be an insane team. I really think Navi is going to be one of the best teams in the league, or at least will try to be one of the best teams in the league in really short time.
Yeah, I think that's actually pretty interesting because obviously it seems like Natis Vincere, they have like a lot of pride. They want to come in, they want to be good. They don't just want to join the league and like exist. They're a team that tries to compete for championships and all the esports and everything like that. But we also know that like League of Legends is like, it's different. It's like being a good league team or being a good LEC team or whatever, it's kind of different than all these other things, and it's sometimes a lot easier said than done for sure. So I'm curious how long it's going to take for them to reach some of their goals. Are they going to be able to come in and make a splash right off the bat? Because like really there's only so many good players, and sometimes it's hard to get those good players when they're already on teams, and scouting and putting rosters together and all that is definitely going to be interesting. But I think it is exciting because, like you said, Rogue seems like they've kind of been checked out for a while, and I'm sure it's been hard to get players to to commit to a team that like doesn't even want to be in the LEC in the first place or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, they've been really bad throughout all of 2025. Like one of the worst teams last split, one of the worst teams this split. Like it hasn't really been looking good. So to get a team that's hopefully going to come in and like at least want to compete for championships, and they're going to tell players like, hey, we're going to want to compete for championships and stuff like that. That should hopefully be really, really, really exciting. I know that one of the things no, you're good. You can go.
I think like it's also a bit what you mentioned about timing. I think that the timing it's perfect because even though Navi, if they take by taking the spot of Rogue, the Riot has told them they need to respect Rogue's contract with players, which screw you a bit like your plans and your thought process, or maybe you didn't want this player and you need to respect his contract. Even though this is going to happen, and Navi is still a team with a lot of budget, and a part of that, 2026 off season for me is going to be, I feel, and I can almost guarantee that 2026 off season is going to be one of the biggest off season in LEC from long time, because most of the big players end up contract on finishing 2026. So most of the teams are not also like resigning them, because you will be able to explore a lot of options, and that helps a lot Navi, because as I told you, they have this pedigree that they want to win and they want to do really good in the league or every game they join as soon as possible. So if you got the money, plus you got someone that more or less knows how league off-season works, knows the players, and can put the pieces to make a solid roster, the money is there, you know. So you just have to think about the roster and pray so they don't resign with their current teams, and you can go to the off season having all the possibilities you're going to have.
Yeah, and obviously for a lot of teams, money and stuff like that is one of the big issues. So if you are coming in with a big budget, I mean, that's honestly going to be hopefully a pretty big advantage that they'll be able to, use to sway some big name players. And once you get like one or two, pretty good players, it can kind of be easier to recruit the rest of the team and stuff as well. It's like, come play with this amazing player we have or this great player we have or whatever. So that'll hopefully be exciting. Obviously, I thought it was interesting how you said they are going to have to be respecting the contracts from Rogue, because like you said, in some ways that kind of sucks, because if they're a team that wants to come in and be great, but they have to respect all the contracts of like a last place team, that's going to be a little bit of a difficulty getting started. I know something else I want to talk about real quick that we had previously talked about was when this past offseason Rogue was looking at getting out of the LEC and a new team was coming in or whatever. One of the things we'd been discussing was that whoever the new team was going to be, that the Rogue management was still going to be at the helm of the offseason, figuring out the players, whatever. So it shouldn't really be an issue, that it was going to be like a smooth transition. But now, from what it sounds like and from what you told me and stuff, it sounds like the Rogue management's actually going to be on the way out and no longer have the direction, which again, some people could say is a good thing, because obviously whoever has been leading the Rogue project recently has, not necessarily been doing the best job in the world, or hasn't gotten things done necessarily all that great. So Navi management coming in and kind of being a breath of fresh air, having a new direction, a new face, a new, kind of vision for this project could also just be really exciting as well, because if you have a team that, whoever's been making these decisions, again, they're one of the worst teams in the league right now for X, Y, and Z reason, getting someone new in there with a new voice, a new vision to hopefully turn this thing around a little bit, I think could be cool. Because when I heard previously that the same guy was still going to be, doing the general management stuff, I was like, I don't know about that.
Yeah, this is like on Christmas when you got presents, you want everything
PS5.
brand new. You want everything brand new as a kid. You want your PS5 brand new, your Legos brand new. You don't want something that has been already used by other guy. So when if the deal of Nigma was going through, Rogue's management will be the one also leading Nigma project, which was going to have insane budget, and probably the team they were going to pull off was going to be way more exciting than this one, because also like Rogue's budget is not the greatest one, even though they're one of the teams who most pays in the league. That's because of Larsen contract, which is insane, and he also has like he signed for 4 years back then, so now it's like he has like 3 years remaining or something like that, which is insane. That's why I feel for Navi like they got like they shoot themselves in the foot, because well, Riot did that to them, because you still need to keep a Larsen contract, which is going to suck a big portion of your budget. But now that you have a brand new management, and that's something that Navi made it quite clear since the how to call it, let me find the word, since like negotiations, I would say, like the talks with Infinite Reality, that if they came in, one of their conditions is like they want to have their management, because for Navi, the guy that rules on Valorant and Counter Strike is the same one. They want to do their things on their own way. So they have also like some weird policies as far as I know. So it has a lot more, like way more sense to bring your guys and have everything brand new than keeping Rogue management, which that lately hasn't been working. So smartest move.
Yeah,
Don't know what you think about it.
if I'm spending all the time, all the money, all the resource and everything on this, like, hey, I'm getting my people. Like, we're starting fresh. We're
Yeah,
doing
if
something
I'm,
different.
it's like that. Like if I'm spending, I don't know the exact amount, but for sure has to be around 50 million. If I'm spending 50 million on something, like on a new toy, I want the toy to be as clean as possible, as shiny, and I want to start. I want to be the first one who plays with the toy,
Right. You want to be
and
the one
I
doing it. Yeah, for sure.
yeah, I want to be perfect. So the best way to do that, and also knowing Navi, is by having their own management, deciding what to do. For sure, I'm sure they will have someone that helps them with the off season, because they are not. It's their first time on League of Legends, and League of Legends is way different
Right.
than Valorant and CS:GO. But the one who takes the final decision will be someone from Navi.
Yeah, no, like I said, I think that's obviously exciting, and I do think it's interesting, like you said, that point with Larson, because yeah, him being one of the more expensive contracts in the league, he is signed till the end of 2027, which, yeah, that's crazy. I mean, and he's
Yeah, that's
already
crazy.
not performing to that contract. Imagine 2 years from now, what kind of like form or state he'll be
With
in.
all the respect, with all the respect towards Larsen, Larsen right now is like a black hole of money, for any team that picks him up, because his contract is insane. It's true that for me, he's not like the problem of this roster, but he's not also been performing like past Larsen, where he was one of the best mid laners in the league when he won LEC and everything. So maybe if you thought of getting rid of him and get or giving the opportunity to fresh blood or upcoming rookies, like the case of Jackies and everything like that, that will cost you like I don't know, like when Vitality signed Pers. Well, not as much, but getting rid of Larsen's contract will be like an insane amount of money.
Yeah, So obviously, it sounds like we're slotting Larson into the mid lane for this team for the foreseeable future. Most likely in case things
Yeah.
change, and maybe he can bounce back. Maybe he can have some kind of resurgence. Maybe he needs the right pieces around him or team around him or whatever. Who knows? I mean, crazier things have happened, but I guess just kind of in that regards, obviously, what a lot of people are going to be wondering is, hey, this new team's coming in. We're talking him up. We're hyping him up. What kind of roster expectations can we expect for a team like this, whether it be summer, whether it be 2026, whatever? Like, we're saying they have money to throw around. We're saying they want to get aggressive. We're saying they want to compete for championships. What are, maybe some players that you would like to see them target? What do you think like a potential roster could even look like? What are some things they could start doing to, get this team to at least better than what Rogue is right now? You have any
Well,
thoughts or ideas?
I have, I made my own team, so I made them like the homework. So if Navi watches this video, they can like at least subscribe, maybe like give me some, I don't know, 10K or something like that for the idea.
Okay.
I think if they come on summer, most likely they will do some changes because the roster is not working, and I don't think you want to take the spot to keep the same roster and doing the same things. So for sure, at least some changes will be there. And on 2026, I feel like my feeling is that it's going to be a way different team. Maybe you keep some pieces, but the vibe of the team is going to be insanely different. For 2025 summer, my roster that I think it's doable, let's say, and the money investment won't be as high, is keeping Larsen and Adam, because I think those two players are the best ones from this Rogue roster, and you can maybe hold them to the end of the year and see what's going on and how they perform on another roster. And on jungle, you really need to make an import. And I know you're a big fan of him, Germ, and Toad too. So for me, Spica is the way to go on the jungle side. There have been some LEC teams that were interested or potentially interested on him. Now he's on this double leaf project, if I'm not wrong, that they could maybe get invited to the LEC, LCS or LTA, however the fuck it's called now. So for me, Spica is like a good option because he's like an experienced jungler. He has a really nice vibe and will help you a lot. Don't know what you think about it.
Yeah, I think he would help you maybe start to build up your League of Legends fan base right off the bat as well, because Navi's a big famous team and all that stuff, but they're not as familiar to a League of Legends audience or somebody that's going to be tuning into LEC, so that would maybe be good as well.
I also think Speak on LEC with Jojo and all these personalities we're having right now will be insane. And also there's two ways you can operate on League of Legends from my point of view. You can be the best team, having the best players trying to compete, or you can understand that right now you can't compete and try to make a team that brings you fan base. And this one will 100% bring you fan base with Spica. 100%. So I will be adding him up to my lineup. So it will be something like Adam, Spica, Larsen. On bot lane, I will take Smash or Gumayusi.
Whoever is available.
Whoever is available. Whoever T1s decide to not play anymore, come to me. For sure he will be up to it. I'm sure Gumayusi and Smash have been dreaming of playing with Spica, Larsen, and Adam. That's something
sounds like they're like nightmare or something. They wake up and they're like, what the fuck?
When childs like football players make this press conference and tell you, yeah, as a child I always dreamed of playing on Real Madrid or whatever the fuck. Child's dream of Gumayusi or Smash was playing on Navi 100%. I know it by a fact. And to finish my ball lane and someone that knows Smash and Gumayusi better than no one on Europe will be Reckless, who is current world champion, EMEA Masters champion,
Mm-hmm.
NLC champion, LCS champion, like perfect fit. What do you think about it, Jerm?
No, I mean, Reckless, obviously, that's a guy I'm hoping to get back in the LEC anytime. Like, if Reckless is on any kind of roster, I'm totally down for it. I think obviously it's hilarious, but I do think Reckless would actually be somebody cool to see. I do, I have genuinely been curious of when we're ever going to see him, if and when we're ever going to see him back in the tier 1. So I think that'd be super cool. And again, if we're talking about, building up fan base and excitement or whatever, Rogue team already sucked. It's probably going to be a while before they're ever going to be good. You might as well get some exciting players, some interesting players.
Even though with this roster, even though you are not winning, the fan base that this roster will put you on
Well, hold up.
will be insane.
Gumayusi's not gonna carry us any games. What are you talking about?
Well, I think it will carry you games or Smash, but like you're facing like Movistar Go, Suba, insane, bro.
Yeah, no chance.
Calist, Fnatic. I think there are some really stacked rosters on EU right now, but I think also this roster won't be as expensive as people think, and also will guarantee you what we've been talking about, which is building a fan base that's something that Rogue has been lacking of all these years, except when they were with Koi, and now could help a lot Navi, and also it helps a lot when you go to off season and players need to take a decision. Because, for example, Jake took this K-Corp decision apart from the project because K-Corp fanbase was insane, and they sent him a lot of support. Same for Jojo. Like Jojo took Movistar Koi option because all the Movistar Koi fan base was into Jojo. They were spamming him, so that's really important.
Yeah, no, obviously, the fan base and having people who care and are passionate and stuff like that can be really cool. And if you're on a team, you want to have like fans, you want people to be excited and stuff for you. So that can definitely be a cool part of the recruiting process.
You also want to sell jerseys, so what better than having Reckless to sell your jerseys, or Gumayusi, which is world champion, or Smash, which is insane, or Spica, which is Todas Amarillo Love. Like he will have all the international fanbase and all the Spanish one, so it's like a win-win.
Yeah, and then maybe, hey, whenever Faker's done doing whatever over in Korea, once Larson's contract runs out, Faker will just slide over too.
I also think like Faker's child dream was to play with for Navi, 100%.
Yeah, it's just a rumor you heard sometime. No, obviously,
anyways,
I think you're good.
Yeah. Anyways, I think that's what Navi should be aiming. Having a new roster, new identity, people forgetting about Rogue, which was like an insignificant team that has not made big accomplishments on League of Legends apart from winning an LEC title, which
seems like forever ago.
Till this day, players still don't know how they win it. So as long as you keep that out and do a nice project, I don't think Navi will have many problems to be a relevant team on this league.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely super excited. Like I said, you were shocked and surprised when you heard Navi being that team and coming in, and yeah, I don't think we need to forget about Rogue and move on and all that stuff, but this recent Rogue iteration has been very forgettable. So if Navi's able to come in and do anything interesting, anything exciting, any kind of winning, I think it'll be very easy to forget them. But I do appreciate you stopping by, sharing some of your thoughts and opinions, not only about the situation that's going on and all the latest information, but also a little bit about what the future Navi roster might look like. I definitely want to hear from all you guys as well to see, maybe what you think about Navi coming into the league, how hyped up and excited you are, and also what players you would maybe like to see Navi target and go after, whether that be for this coming off season or in the future, whatever. Anything else that you wanted to say or throw in there to do with Navi or anything like that?
I encourage people to drop on the comments their roster, their plan, their thoughts. We will be reading them, and also let us know if you like those type of videos. We can maybe make more with Wulu, with Alejandro, that like they're unavailable. These guys are superstars, and me and Jerem are more these wanky dudes that always are up to work, that are not lazy, like Wulu and Alejandro. So follow us on Twitter and Instagram, and fuck Wulu and Anonymous. See you guys.
Of course, but also before we go, the last thing, the other thing you need to do, not only comment, like the video, all that stuff, you need to check out Holy. It's a great tasting energy drink that also is healthier than the competition. We're going to have that linked as that first link down in the description below. You can use those discount codes SE5 and SE10 to get a nice little discount on your purchase today. I actually really enjoy these things. I do drink them all the time. I think some of them are really, really great tasting. So try it out for yourself. And if you do, that's going to help support everything we do here at Sheep Esports. So that would be absolutely amazing. Hopefully we catch you guys in the next one. Until then.
See
Peace.
you. Okay, give me